Hey guys, welcome back to the Hide. In keeping with our 22LR theme this year for NRL 22, I'm going to be looking at the bolt action version of the Mossberg rifle that I reviewed last year, the 702. This right here is the Mossberg 802. Like I said, it's the bolt action version of their semi-auto. These rifles can be picked up, almost dirt cheap. You can get this for like $150 out of the box. 10 round detachable magazine. They use these steel mags, which, to be honest, are actually pretty nice, and they're not that expensive, which is also nice, and is also a must need if you're going to be doing anything NRL 22. But my thought was, how cheap could you go on a build and still be maybe halfway competitive, but still have a lot of fun? But I think this is going to be one of those rifles, possibly. I have not tested for any type of accuracy, so what we see on the camera today is going to be the first accuracy shots with it. I do know that the semi-auto version is not the most accurate of rifles, but it functions and is a boatload of fun. But just want to run a few different loads through this at 50 yards, see what kind of groups we can get, 5 shots of each load, and just kind of go from there. We'll go over some of the philosophy of the gun and as well as the features. But let's load it up here, and we'll get started. Just some Remington Thunderbolts I had in the safe. We'll try 5 of these. Again, as I mentioned, this rifle is extremely lightweight. So far, functionality has been perfect. The trigger on this definitely takes a little getting used to. It's extremely stiff. But it does have a fairly clean break, so it's not overly horrid, but it's not the greatest either. Like I said, 10 round steel mags. This is some Winchester M22 40 grain stuff. This is more geared towards semi-autos, but figured I'd see what it'll do. Oh, a little bit of a hang up there. What we got going on? Looks like we had a misfeed. It tried to push on the outside of the case, so that's definitely something to watch out for. And it did it again. There we go. Seems to not really want to feed as well when it gets low on ammo, this magazine. Alright. Now let's try 5 of the CCI standard, the 40 grain subsonic stuff. Not bad. Oh, we pulled that one pretty good. Let's try 5 of the mini mags here. Now these are actually 36 grain hollow point mini mags. I didn't even know I had these until I started thumbing around in the shed, so here we give these a shot. All right, 5 of these, 50 yards. Oh, too many on that one. Let's try some SK rifle match. I've really shot a lot of this stuff, but I figured it'd be a good idea to put some true match ammunition through it, just so that way you know that if it's not going to shoot this higher dollar stuff, you're probably not going to shoot any of the other stuff that good either. But nope. I think it's what it is. I wasn't coming far enough back with the bolt to get it to catch the rim of the next case while it's hanging up. All right, let me grab the camera, fellas. Let's take a closer look at the rifle itself. And, you know, guys, as I mentioned, you know, this rifle is by no means nothing special. It's a cheap rifle, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Cheaper rifles tend to be a blast. I wasn't totally impressed with the stock whenever I first took it out of the box, but the more I've shot it, I actually like that pistol grip. It's done pretty well. It puts your hand right in place, gets a good purchase on that trigger as well. There's the mag release. Just push that forward and pull the mag out. Like I said, 10 round steel box mags. Very nice. Like I said, I think my issue with the failure to feed was not coming back far enough on the bolt to get it to catch the rim of the next case coming up. The stock does have a Picatinny rail molded into the front. And I mean, the stock is flimsy, guys, but it's a $150 rifle. I put just an $80 Nikon 3-to-9 power on it. This rifle does come factory with iron sights, fiber optic irons. Obviously I took them off so I could put the scope on because they wouldn't clear, but let's take a look at the other side here. It's got a nice target crown. I tell you, for $150 rifle, it's crowned very well. The obviously the trigger non-adjustable. It is an 802, and like I said, this thing is light and it is small. I had to put a shop towel in my front base or front rest here to get it to be halfway stable while I was shooting it. Overall, it feels really good. It would be a perfect squirrel gun or varmint gun or something like that, just because it's so light and so easy to carry. But let's take a walk down. We'll see what kind of groups we were able to get with it. Overall, I think, you know, something like that for somebody maybe that doesn't or hasn't done any competition style shooting and wanting to try NRL 22, you know, get something like that. Get something, you know, spend a couple $100 on that. And then if you decide you like doing that sort of thing, then upgrade to a higher end rifle. You don't have to spend boatloads of money to have a boatload of fun, trust me. But let's see here. And again, you know, nothing overly impressive, which I wasn't expecting overly impressive anyway. There's the Thunderbolts right there. That M22 actually done pretty good out of that, with the exception of maybe those two flyers. And that right there, that's at CCI standard. It seems to shoot good in about everything. That was me. That was not the gun. But that's, I mean, that's very nice group out of that. And there's that 36 grain CCI mini mag. Not bad. And there's that match. That SK match. That is really good, guys. I mean, that's some pretty decent consistency out of a $150 rifle. And I think, with the exception of maybe the, you know, the 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch KYL targets on NRL 22's courses of fire, you know, that rifle could definitely handle it. I mean, if you got some trigger time behind it and was able to really get a feel for the rifle, and you wouldn't have a ton of money in it, you know, get out, try it, see if you like it. Then later on, go back and see if it's something you want to upgrade and continue to do. But I think it's definitely a viable option. Definitely take a look at it. As always, guys, if you like this, please feel free to give the video a like and subscribe to the channel, as it does help. I do appreciate it. And as always, fellas, shoot straight. Later.